Alright, we're on. Welcome back to another drawing stream. House is quiet today again. Taking advantage of that. Let's just get into it. Right, we're doing coloring this phase. I've got my let me get my reference sheets handy. Alright, sheet open. Not drawn them in a while. Very rusty. So Sean basically just has his normal colors. Fuck. What is my computer doing? Windows 11's having a stroke on me over here. It's trying to be helpful, but it's not. Okay, purples, blues, greens. You kind of like the gray, though. Oh, that's too dark. Yep. I don't make it too purpley. It's more like a dark purple. Alright, now for the darker purple on the sleeves. Okay, I didn't draw this part here too well, but this is actually meant to be Shun's ponytail. In combination with his bandana. It's too thick. There we go. Now I want to do it on the other side. That is the other side of his hair. That's better. Ooh, messy lines. There we go. Okay, a little too low. I'm getting there. Work. And I didn't do more editing on this last night. Because I was doing stuff in Blender instead. I wonder if I can dual stream and work in Blender. Like, would my computer blow up? It might. Your computer would probably blow up. Tanji Media? Hello! I'm doing well right now. My house is quiet, so why not jump on and draw? And see, earlier I have a different drawing system going on. I have my full drawing window open rather than just going off of what I see on stream. This gray area. Tagia, not Taji? Okay. Yeah, I'm an American. We're not good at pronouncing stuff. I do try. The music and audio levels okay for you? One time I had the music way too loud and my mic not turned up at all. Embarrassing. I don't do this often enough. Get good practice. This sounded pretty idiotic a little while back, typing into YouTube. Hey, can you play copyrighted music? No, we will strike your butt. No. If there's any background noise, I apologize. Stuff happens. Live in a house. There's noises. Such a control freak. Everything must be correct. Make sure all the lines look good. Ah, stuff's beeping at me. Okay, bird, I get it! Stop squawking! Can't get too deep, we'll be here all day. Oh, I don't have all day. Can't believe that Halloween is almost here, yet the stores are filled with Christmas stuff already. We've been drinking I've been drinking eggnog for at least 2 weeks now. They go that fast. It gets here faster every year, it seems. I've been seeing memes early. Mariah Carey's defrosting! She's almost here. Oh gosh! 4 days left until Mariah Carey completely defrosts. We are so doomed. Why do the stores do that, man? Like, I didn't even feel like I get to enjoy the spookies in the fall and Halloween. Because half the store is already filled with Christmas and Santas and inflatables. It's annoying. Wait, what am I doing here? What color are the eyes? Orange. Yep. And I don't know why, but your voice sounds like a girl. Is that your voice? I'm not bullying because I'm not anyway. That's my voice, I assure you. It's very bad. Plus, I'm just talking out of a cheap little earpiece. It may sound distorted. I don't really like how my voice sounds on microphone. I think it sounds very higher pitched than it should be. My voice can't sound like a girl because there's a rule and because there's a meme rule on the internet that girls are not on the internet. That makes no sense anyway. Do you like to draw? Never really played a horror game, so I probably do scream like a girl, too. The ultimate embarrassment. Let's move that over a bit. That's better. A little harsh. A little bright. Okay, I'm debating if I just completely color the eyes black. Might help contrast more, but I don't want anything to be too dark. Try to experiment with different colors. I'm gonna leave them gray for now. I'm really an amateur when it comes to streaming. Just don't do it often enough. My house is never quiet. I was like, I swear none of those settings ever work. It's even worse when I play video games. I can't even get the sound to come over. It's just background music, and sometimes streams for almost an hour. Okay, that's about done. Nice. Too close. Alright, 12 o'clock. I do need to keep track of my time. What on earth is going on here? It's not how legs look, Orange. Don't you know how to draw that? Alright, that's not as shabby. It's not really how I wanted that to look. My Nintendo Switch almost scared me last night. I plugged it in, I went off to do my homework, then when I went to go play it, it wasn't charged at all! I repeatedly pulled out of the dock, nothing. It turns out the outlet it's plugged into is on the Switch. And the Switch got flipped on accident. I thought it wasn't charging anymore. The last thing I want to do is go out and buy the Switch too. The cheapest console out there. Time will eventually come where I'm gonna have to upgrade my consoles. Like, my PS4 is a dinosaur. They don't make games for that thing anymore. And Pokemon Legends ZA came out. I'm letting that simmer, let all the bugs get sorted out, and let my wallet fill up so I can actually pay for it. Seems like the YouTubers are picking it apart. I don't really care. You know, it's modern Pokemon. There's always gonna be people complaining. I mean, some of the Mega Evolutions... You've seen Mega Starmie, right? What were they thinking? Okay, I don't even know much about Starmie as a creature. I know it's jewels, or I know in the Pokemon world the little gem on it is sold for jewelry. Not sure why it felt the need to grow legs. I guess kind of expected it to turn into a more bigger, like, jewel starfish, like Mega Sableye. That'd be cool. I do wonder how Mega Evolutions work. What my team will be. You know, you need certain stones to Mega Evolve certain Pokemon. I don't know if it's like terrestrialization, where you can only do it one at a time. Because my team might drastically change, depending on that. Right? For some shading. Yes. Okay, and the straps. Yeah, those are gray. Yep. That's the right color, I can never remember. This one or this one? Nope. Aw, my cat just rolled in. Hi, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Julian, what are you doing? I think I want that to be a bit more blue. There we go. I did not draw that sheath at all. Looks like he's grabbing the actual blade. Ah! This RP is a year old. Thought I'd try back and touch it up. Oh gosh, how can I restructure this? I'll just make it longer. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, let's try that. Okay, it's a little thick. A little too close for my liking. Where's that? Yeah. What is my computer doing? Computer, what are you doing? Gosh. My computer's old. Oh, I have a minimum of 2 tabs though, but yes, we're gonna steal all your RAM. Yeah, that's my RAM now. Give me your top 3 favorite video games for no reason. Oh gosh, okay, modern games that I've really only played a couple modern games. Immortals Phoenix Rising was definitely my favorite. I love open world games. I have 200 hours in that. It just took me that long to complete it because I love it so much. And I feel like another modern game would be Monster Hunter Stories 2 for my Switch. Both of those games were my COVID games, so I just poured endless hours into them because I had nothing else to do. And Monster Hunter Stories, that's a really solid game for the Switch. I don't know why Pokemon games look so terrible when Monster Hunter they're able to just cram such a beautiful game, great graphics, actual voice acting into that little cartridge. Meanwhile, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet looked like they were a couple generations behind. And I played Immortals Phoenix Rising on my PlayStation 4, and that was amazing graphics. That was interesting. I'd say maybe my third game's a bit of one of those old childhood games you've never heard of. I've drowned endless hours into it. It was called G-Force. It came out back in 2009? 2009, was it? It's a Disney movie. Yes, 2009. I grew up with a lot of movie tie-in video games when I was a kid. And that one was just one of my favorites. It's a shooter puzzle platformer. I love to explore around in that. I actually got it for my recently got PS3 a year or so back, and I've been crushing through the achievements you can get in there. Maybe go for platinum, I don't know. I grew up with a Wii, and so over like maybe the last 5 or 6 years, I've started to get more console platforms. What are your top favorite games? I'm eager to hear. Did I ramble too much? So I'm sorry. My top 3 games are from visual novels like. Oh gosh. Da- Dang and Trumpia and Ace Attorney and rhythm games like Friday Night Funkin' and old PS1 games. I can see that. I can see that. Can see that. I've heard of Ace Attorney games. I've mostly just seen the memes. But I do know you have to like sort out through your witnesses, try to see who's actually telling the truth, maybe who's lying. I think that's what I know about it. I remember Friday Night Funkin' blew up on the scenes a while back. That was more of the 2020 craze with Among Us. Never got into it. Thought it looked kind of silly. Not really good at rhythm timing games. Even in mini games, when I was a kid, I was like, ugh, this isn't for me. Old PS1 games. What do you mean by what? Do you have a PlayStation genre in particular? There was a lot of different. There was a lot of range for the PS1. Some PS1 games have aged better than others. I will say that. I love looking at their models and sprites, though. Absolutely adorable how they turned out back then. How expensive they were. I want those to be lighter. Come on. There we go. Isn't there like a whole swarm of Ace Attorney games? I feel like there's a lot of them. What's that other one you've had? This dang tropia. Is it like, Persona? Kinda looks like it. I think I recognize some of the stuff. Oh yeah, it's oh yeah. I think I've seen that bear floating around the internet. Kind of weird though. Looks like typical Japanese high school stuff. Okay. Alright, now time for shading. I don't know if I'll complete this by Halloween, but that's when I usually upload artwork with this little story of mine. Do you like music? I listen to a lot of music. I have my very old ancient iPod. Yeah, remember that? Kids these days? You don't know what these guys don't know what an iPod is. Yeah, and I still use I still use earbuds with cords. I'm so gangsta. Such a rebel. A motorcycle just went rumbling through here. I think he could have been louder. Definitely could have been. So wake up the whole house when you ride a motorcycle. That's the rule. Startle everyone. Let's see how to do this. Yeah, I've been doing this for almost an hour. One really stupid thing I realized that when I started to get a bit better at drawing is that it took longer to finish. It's a really stupid thing to realize, but yeah. The better you get, the longer stuff takes, and the harder it is to feel satisfied. Then I kind of ended up struggling for a little while. Like, I've been doing this for 3 hours and I'm still not done. Nope, you're not gonna be done for a while. I'm a control freak, so everything needs to look right. I like Japanese music a lot and some rock music. Japanese music in general or Japanese anime theme songs? I like some of the anime theme songs. Listen to, I like Psychic Lover and Field of View. They have some great sound. Rock music, I like, Thousand Foot Crutch, Skillet. Scott Stapp, he's pretty good. I'm not really a fan of my mom's older music. I think it all kind of blends together. The 80s music, it's a little it's a little too noisy and sporadic for me. I've kind of gotten into country over this year. Some Kenny Chesney, some Ann Wilson. Hmm. It's nearly done with Shun, and almost done for the day. How do you feel about modern gaming? I haven't been paying too close attention to it. I've been enjoying my games, but I fear the prices are real. But I've heard the prices are really going up. We had the Switch 2 drama this year. Last year we had the no, 2020-ish. We had the PS5 debacle. Then we had the PS5 Pro debacle. Right now, Microsoft's Xbox, what was it, the Xbox Live Pass was blowing up. People are mass canceling it. How much is this Switch 2? It's like $200? Like 400? Alright, 4-ish, $500. Okay, that might just be from scalpers. Can't really trust them. No, who am I kidding? You can't. Yeah, around $500. Not fun. PS5 Pro. Yeah, the Pro is around 700, depending on where you get it. PS5 is like 400, 300. That is a lot of money for a game console with very little games. I just don't really see what the PS5 has to offer. It's huge, for one thing. It has this massive cooling center inside of it because all the Fortnite kids don't turn off their stuff. It's kind of ugly. Yeah, you probably have to lay it on its side because Godra forbid it falls over. Like, yeah, I heard the load times are faster, but I don't really have a problem with that. Also, my biggest gripe with it is that because my 4 is going out of style, they're no longer making physical games for it. And that's annoying. I like physical games. They're on my shelf. I like to stare at them. Besides, I just spent $50 to $60 on a game. I like to actually hold it. Is the girl was shown Julie or Reno? It's Julie. It's Julie. Long ponytail and hair. John's got his samurai sword here. I'm supposed to have 2 of them, but I didn't draw them in this illustration. I can probably fix that later. I made this art a year ago. Alright, that looks pretty good. Work on Julie's sprite. I did the rough sketch of this 2 days ago. I didn't do my... Then it didn't work, but I was working on something else last night, so I didn't come back in and check on and freshen this up. So now I'm paying for it today. Gosh, my voice sounds raspy. Oh. What's your favorite Bakugan from each generation? Started to wait. Honestly, it's kind of weird to wake up and realize, oh yeah, there was a third Bak generation in Bakugan. And anyways, let the YouTubers will figure it out. Bakugan Gen 3 was better than you remember. No, I was there. You did not like it. It's not really correct to say we hated it out of existence. We just didn't like it. It was completely different. It caught a lot of us off guard. That was my phone. Drago, of course, just Gen 1. Really? Only just Gen 1? I think he's with... Oh, okay. Gen 1. Which form? Which evolution? He's got a lot. I should check my phone. Okay. Alright, that should be resolved. Unless anyone calls me. My phone was charging in the other room. Evolution from Mectanium Surge. Sorry for bad English, it's not my first language. Nah, it's fine. I make all sorts of grammar errors. The evolution from Mectanium Surge. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Titanium Drago and Fusion Dragonoid are pretty cool looking. I have the toys of both. They're really fun to play with. I'm not really a fan. I feel like those evolutions reined back in what Drago was supposed to be. He was really humanoid in seasons 2 and 3. I didn't really like that. I don't want a human dragon. They probably did that because it was easier to animate. He's kind of like the Pikachu of Bakugan. He started out kind of fat and chubby, and he lost weight over the course of the series because it was easier to animate. What is your native language if it's not English? That's better. I've always struggled with necks. Just neck height. There we go. Arabic is my native language. Cool. I'm an American. I only know two: English and British. I don't need these extra lines. I'm just trying to build the shape of a heart in your clothes. I know how to draw crease lines on clothes. Never really figured it out. Always just throw lines everywhere. Okay, let's fix this mess up here. Let me check Google. Let's see. Let me check the wiki. We have better images. Come on, load. Yeah, Julia's hair is very wavy, but has a lot of points to it. Yeah, it's very flowing, but at the same time curly. Just so cute. It's so crazy watching Mectanium Surge to see how grown up she acts. She's still charming as always. It's kind of crazy. She has this real energy to her in seasons 1 and 2. In Mectanium Surge, everyone grew up. Imagine if Bakugan was a strategist game like Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd play that! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, you do have to be careful. That would make the Battle Gear, Baku Fusion, Mobile Assault, Baku Nanos, Mectagon, Mobile Assault. That would make the game a bit more interesting. I know the fusion gimmicks are fun. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh has fusions. They have Synchro, XZ, Pendulum. I think there's... I'm not up on the Yu-Gi-Oh summon mechanics, they're complicated. That would be interesting to pull up different combos. But what made Bakugan a bit more special was that the marbles were the actual toys. Were the actual gimmick you mostly played the game with. They went together. It wasn't just straight up cards. And Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have any support pieces as far as I know. Like, they do have coin flips, but they don't I don't think they decide things usually with dice. Wait, but we have skull dice. Do you need a dice for those? Yu-Gi-Oh! Skull dice. What's the effects? And on the anime, they roll a dice. Roll a 6-sided die. So okay, so you will so Yu-Gi-Oh, you do need a die for the dice cards, obviously. Nice. I want Earth what Time Wizard work. That's a more anime exclusive one. I think it's a coin flip. What do we got? There you go. Toss a coin. It's kind of weird that Time Wizard is a monster card. You think it'd be a spell card? You think it'd be a spell card? Flop a spell. Yeah, snap the spell card on the table, flip a coin, then discard. Then put it in the discard pile. In the GY, just move on with your day. It's Time Wizard, you gotta worry about it. Only has 500 attack points and 500 defense points. That's my phone again. Okay. I know some Bakugan fans have been wondering. I've been sort of daydreaming up if what if we got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time style of movie. That'd be a pretty interesting thing to watch. All three versions of Dan. Kind of a nice send off for G3. Poor G3. I feel kind of bad sometimes. Oh, almost got that. Yeah, I don't draw fingers and hands. I draw claws, then I file them down to acceptable, in my eyes, fingers. And then I move on. Got some thicker lines here. I can't believe I was able to stream this early back to back. That almost never happens. Feels wrong. Next stream, I wonder if I can actually cast my screen into Blender and mess around in there. I don't know if my computer will blow up, though. It has been doing better with it. I don't know if I want to take any chances. I'll fool around and see what happens. I think I'm gonna call it here. Not bad. Still a lot to go. Pretty good. I usually get lost in a lot of my shading layers. Trying to be like still got a lot to go. And I don't like the idea of Bakugan protagonist crossover, and because in Bonds Beyond Time they have different protagonists like Yugi, Judai, and Yusei, but in Bakugan they just have 3 versions of Dan. Just my opinion. Yeah, I can see that. Dans are kind of carbon copies of each other. They do have a lot of the same personality traits. Then they also, and our 3 protagonists have their own sort of gimmicks. Yugi has the Pharaoh, Jaden has Yubel, which I barely know much about, and Yusei has the Signer Dragon. Plus, they had to go through a bit of an arc that he had to get Stardust back from Paradox. Jaden has his fusion gimmick with Neos, and Yugi has his magicians. I guess they couldn't really bring. I guess if like Bakugan, they couldn't really bring their own gimmicks to the table because G1 has a lot of ranges to take from. Like, it would be kind of weird to have Beyblade Bakugan. Like, that's the central gimmick of G3. Then you have an army of gimmicks to pick from in G1 and 2. What, is Dan just gonna summon a Mectagon right there? That would be very weird. I did think the crossover was fun. I did think Bonds Beyond Time was fun. It just felt like a little short. And I had no idea who Paradox was. It was not like they were coming together like to fight a villain that they knew. Even did the thing Darts and Merrick did where he fused with his ace monster. It's so funny that of all of Yu-Gi-Oh, I think Jaden is the only one, Judai is the only one with a localization name. Everyone's names remain the same. It is funny. It feels like GX really got snipped in the bud in America. Season 4 is just an enigma to me. I don't know what happened. Sounds like some crazy stuff happened. But like, Jaden gets depression is basically what I've heard in season 4. Poor guy. Like, I know about the glowing eyes. I think that's really cool. Season 4 is kind of just a little crazy for me. And then you had the then you had the remastered edition where they just smushed the screen. You gotta love it. Oh, thank goodness they'll never have to do that. Thank goodness that won't happen for 5Ds. This aspect ratio is already in normal widescreen. Although someone was actually paid money just to go through each individual episode and just grab the sides and go, just stretch them out. Boom. Brilliant. Let's package it like that. Best thing ever. Imagine if Bakugan have different protagonists like Dan, Leo, and Nero. Yeah, Leo and Nero are my fictional Bakugan protagonists. Yeah, I'd love to get the I'd love to get the playable character canon into the series. That'd be fun. We already know who Leonidas is. The fans would love it. The created character was actually going to be an originally named character and not just a blank avatar in the original plot of the game, but they scrapped that, which is why you can only play as a boy character in that. And that's why they ended up porting him over into Defenders of the Core. Which I have seen people online say that if they copied the created character from Bakugan Defenders of the Core, why couldn't it be that character instead? Because that you character plays with Leonidas. Because in both games, they already know the protagonists. They already know the battle brawlers. So that will be fun that they continue that main character continue to be with the brawlers into New Vestroia. That's a cool name for the player character, Nero. What attribute of Leo did you pick? Darkus? Leonidas really is just the best Bakugan. Great design, great backstory, very cool looking toy that I'd love to own in real life. I do hope that we get more news about the Bakugan movie. Kind of feels like the fan base is starting to drift away. Starting to get bored. Just blowing out my phone. Leo used fusion of Pyrus and Chaos Bakugan called Ricky and Nero. Leo used fusion of Pyrus and Chaos Bakugan called Ricky and Nero use a tech Bakugan called Junk Tech in my fictional story if you're interested. Oh, that sounds cool. Have you published it on fanfiction or AO3? Called Junk Tech. I thought you were gonna say. I thought I was gonna say Baku Tech for a second. Well, you could combine a fusion of Pyrus and Chaos. Oh, so he's like, so he's the negative energy fusion of Naga's gatekeepers. That'd be pretty cool. Well, that's probably the closest way Leo could fit into the universe of the Bakugan show, being a fusion, being a attribute fusion. And Pyrus and Chaos is would probably make for a cool fusion. A tech Bakugan, is that like a Baku Nano? Or a Nanagon? Like a support piece or trap? What if I actually can import Blender in here? Gosh, Windows 11, stop! Alright, if there's an explosion, you'll know why! Okay, loading in. Okay. Good. Alright, window capture adjustments. Doesn't look like I can. I'm assuming those are your favorite attributes for Leo, Pyrus and Chaos. Ah, it works! Okay, so I can throw Blender in here. Well, I'll know for next time. Can't do that now, though. My computer's dying. Need to plug it in. Amazing. Very cool. Do that next time. Well, thank you for stopping by. And hopefully I'll catch you in the next stream. I have other things to do. Got more schoolwork to do. I got chores around the house.